Hey everybody, this is Ron along with Talking Squirrels, hanging out again with my buddy Chris Hargrove, middle school pastor out in Georgia, Lakeland Baptist Church.
Lakewood.
Lakewood. Lakewood Baptist Church, middle school pastor, brand new dad again, and losing sleep all the time. So we are going to continue a little bit of our conversation. Last time we got to talk about how to plan your summer. And honestly, if you're in ministry and you're not yet planning your summer, man, you A, get on it. B, go listen to that episode. That's some really good wisdom that Chris has, some really great nuggets that you could learn about how to plan out some summer, some really great stuff. But today, we're going to get into some more nitty gritty kind of things and look at specific events that Chris has done, things that worked well, things that maybe not so much, and talk about summer things. So, hey, Chris,
Absolutely.
Take it away, man. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so summer's here, right? And like you said, if you're not,
it is here.
it's here. And if you're not already planning on it, get to planning. We start planning ours kind of in the late fall and very beginning of the year. So we've had some of our big events kind of locked in on the calendar since late fall, like our summer camp and our middle school mission trip. And then in January, February, we really start promoting those out to our parents and families. And now we're in April and we're starting to figure out, kind of fill in the gaps, I guess, if you will, for the rest of our summer calendar. And one thing we do with our summer calendar as we're getting ready to promote it is our student pastor's wife. Her name is Joy. She works at our church with our marketing and design, and she always makes a really fun calendar. It looks cool. It's got I think last year's had llamas on it or something like that, and the year before that it had cats and things like that on it. So
I was just about to say cats. Did you see the one on DYM the other day that had cats on it?
That was hers.
Really?
Yeah, she did that. So shout out to Joy's awesome summer calendar.
Go buy that resource right now.
Yeah. So she designs a really cool calendar so that it just gives our students something fun to look at. And everyone wants a calendar with a cool cat or with a llama with sunglasses or a pineapple with a smiley face, whatever it may be. So I would just say as you're planning your summer calendar, look for a cool way to put your dates on something rather than just typing it up on Microsoft Word and click and print. Give students something cool to look at. And we do a postcard size so they can take it home with them. And if it ends up in the trash, we don't know, but ideally, they hang it on the fridge or they put it somewhere where they can just, pretty frequently and at their convenience see what we have going on. But as far as us promoting it, so we do our big kind of Wednesday night programming every Wednesday, but we take the summer off. So around mid-May, I think it's May 15th this year, we'll stop our Wednesday night programming, but our summer calendar with dates, social media, how to get in touch with all of us, we will have that in the hands of our students before our final Wednesday night. So if you kind of take the summer off, man, I would encourage you to get the dates, get that information out into the hands of your students before summer's here. That way they, families can start making plans and know what's going on for their students as they're getting connected with the student ministry over the summer.
Totally.
And
I love the idea of putting that on the postcard size, because if it's postcard size, it's probably social media size too.
Absolutely.
So if you want to blast the whole calendar over social media, you can do that. But also if you've got that graphic, every time they see the cat or the llama, they're going to go, oh, this is middle school stuff. This is middle school summer. I know I should be looking out for this. That's a great idea.
Yep. And what we do, we push our events pretty hard on social media over the summer, and we'll let our students kind of highlight the events on maybe what they're most excited about, or after an event's over, we may get students to kind of give a a testimony or something about what was fun, what they took away, and things like that, just to help keep excitement and let other students know, like, hey, people are actually coming. We don't just plan these events and no one shows up. But um, when it comes to our events, we want to have fun. I mean, I work with middle school students. We got to have fun, right? And so all of our events are going to have some kind of fun element built into it. And
I
then
said, "Oh yeah," when we needed to have fun, but I had my mic muted, so it was just me talking into the void. So I do agree with you. We do
yeah,
need to have fun.
yes, I'm so glad to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we build them around fun and like creating some community and relationship building. So kind of for us, I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about what we do for our summer, and I know it'll be, I guess, different than other churches, but I'm sure there'll be some kind of simple things that can be relatable. But uh,
Totally.
for our student ministry, we, like many youth groups, we do a summer camp, and our summer camp is in July. And so we've been promoting that.
The hottest
Gosh, I feel
wait,
like
good job picking the
all year
hottest month, by
long,
the way. That was great.
back before Christmas, and we're excited about summer camp. Yeah, it is. But it's summer camp. I mean, it's always big. It's meant to be a big highlight of your students' summer. So ours is in July. So we'll, like, right now we're finishing locking in buses, and we're starting to recruit our small group leaders, because we want to make sure we've got certainly enough for when we go, and make sure we have enough help. Another big thing. So our students, they kind of help serve and volunteer at other things throughout the summer. So our kids ministry, they do a kids camp. It's similar to summer camp. It's just for our kids ministry, and a lot of our students, we have two roles for students. One's called a CIT, counselor in training, and then our high
Mhm.
school students are counselors. And high school students that are counselors, they can go help lead Bible study. They're a little bit more hands on with our kids ministry. But the middle school students, they're like the gophers, I guess, of kids camp.
The
Uh,
intern.
the intern, the unpaid intern.
That's right.
So they're CITs, counselors in training, and so their job is like keeping the toilets clean, keeping the trash cans empty, and things like that.
Some
But
servant leadership right there, buddy.
it is good, and they love it, man. When they get out of fifth grade, like, they can't wait to go back to kids camp to help serve, to help do what other people were doing for them for several years when they were at kids camp. So for me, I'll go to kids camp and I'll hang out with our students, and I actually get the opportunity to teach at kids camp, to kind of help build a bridge for our children's ministry as they're working into middle school ministry. But kids camp is a huge thing for us, and it's overnight at some camp in Georgia. And the crazy thing about it is it's in the middle of the summer, and the place where we do it has no air conditioning.
Oh, come
Um,
on.
Yes, dude, it's glorious. It's hot,
It's
but
middle schoolers smelling like they normally do, but without
dude,
the air conditioning.
there's like this lake at the camp that's got like a 3-inch layer of something that just floats on the top of it, and
That's disgusting.
no one cares. Like, they jump right in it and swim in it, and I guess it's your, like, stereotypical kids camp, like out in the woods kind of deal.
Oy. Ugh,
Um, but so our students are there, and so we
love it.
go and kind of rub shoulders with them and serve with them and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then not long after that, like a lot of churches, we do a vacation Bible school, and our students serve at that. And so we'll hang out with them, but we always, for our middle school students, because they can't drive, so while they're on campus, we try to take advantage of that, and we'll do some kind of event with them afterwards. And um, the cool thing about doing an event with students that are already on campus is, like, you don't have to worry about transportation. You can find something to do at your church. And so
That's
for
huge.
us, yeah, for us, it's kind of like a mega relay, or some kind of, we might rent. We've talked this year about renting, like, some water inflatables, and doing something fun with that. But if they're on your campus, it's so much easier because you don't have to wait on people to get there, and
Yeah,
And
they're already present. What can you do with them while they are already in your space?
yeah, and for them, they've been like serving for because we do our VBS in the morning from like 9 to 12, so they've been serving and things like that. So it's kind of a like now we can go have some fun, and we do. I think we do kind of phrase it to where you don't have to be serving in VBS to come to the event, but I think probably 99% of the students that come are the ones serving at VBS. Some people may get dropped off after, but
Oh,
um,
so they don't have to serve at VBS to come, but most of them do anyways.
yeah, because we do want to like keep it open to our entire student ministry because we'll have students that don't do like the big things like they won't go to camp or
Camp
do
or
a
mission
mission
trip.
trip. Yeah, so we'll try to provide cheaper or free options for them to still feel like they can be connected to our youth group all summer long.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so that keeps it cheap and keeps it easy. And if you do it on campus, obviously for a parent, like it's close, they can drop off, pick back up, or do whatever. But all of our events over the summer, we just want relational connections. We
Yeah,
ask students to help come up with ideas. We recruit our small group leaders, and we look for ways to connect our students with our staff and with our with with themselves, with other students, and with our small group leaders. Because when the next school year when the next school year picks back up, we want relationships to be stronger than they were when school let out.
what are some of the events that you've done in the past that you were like, man, this was a win? Like, it doesn't even have to necessarily translate to the rest of us, or like
Yeah.
something that somebody could pick up and be like, I want to do that next week. But what is a low key event that you've done that was like a total win for you guys?
Yeah. So we have a trampoline park. It's called Get Air. Um, and that was a huge win. I think the huge win for that event is what we do afterwards. So we'll go to a trampoline park. I think you pay by the hour. So we rent the place out for like an hour. Tickets are only like $20. It's not expensive. But then afterwards we go to a Dairy Queen for like an hour and a half, and students can get blizzards and we literally just take over the whole restaurant. And for me, the trampoline park's fun. It's like a killer workout. If you've never done a trampoline park, like go. It is good cardio.
Yeah,
Um,
you're gonna remember that you did that the next morning.
yes, you definitely will. But when we go to the Dairy Queen, for me, that's like the huge win because you've got students like they're forced to talk to each other. I mean, you're sitting around the table eating ice cream. What are you going to do? And so for me, that's like the huge win is when you can do an event like that. And another way to do it is like just go hang out at your local Starbucks or local coffee shop and let students come and just kind of with no real agenda, just talk, see what's going on in their lives and listen to them, just build into each other. And that's been a huge win for us is doing that. And probably the other big win event that we do over the summer is we go to a water park. Um, we live in the South, so it gets like stupid hot, like all the time, all
Oh
summer long.
yeah,
It's like
oh
when
yeah.
you wake up, it's 90 degrees, and then the high is like 105 or something. I mean, it's hot and humid. So a water park makes perfect sense in the heat of the summer, and that's a lot of fun. There's one probably 30 minutes from our church, and it's on the lake, and it's got like inflatables and all kinds of slides, and they've got like a really big wave pool, so it's fun. That's been a huge win for us. So
Yeah,
I'd say
anything
wherever
in the water in the summer is a fantastic call.
heck yeah, because it's just hot and people need a way to cool down and splash each other and I love to like body slam kids in the pool that I kind of like aggressively do it and kind of let out some revenge on them that I hadn't been able to do all year long.
Been
So
saving up for this pool party right here.
that's right. Yeah. So, for local events, if you've got a member in your church with a pool, someone who lives on the lake, man, use that to your advantage because that could be an incredible way to have fun and just hang out. And they don't have to be expensive.
No.
That's what I love about our low key events is they're cheap. Anyone can afford them. If they can't, the church can certainly afford helping pay for students to go to things like that.
Well, and you say at the front end, the purpose of those is relationships. So, like in the programming of the school year, you're like, okay, this is the game, and this is the talk, and this is, the band, and this is where everybody needs to be.
Yeah.
And with doing these low key events, like you're saying, you get a chance to just like hang and relate. Like, especially if you're going to Starbucks or a water park, you
Yeah.
get to be there
Yep.
and spend time with students. That's huge.
Yeah. Yep. And so we give kind of backtracking a little bit. We give our calendar out before summer starts, and so on our last Wednesday night, I'll hold up our cool postcard calendar that's got all the events and tells you which ones are for middle school, and I'll kind of walk them through, tell them, hit the highlights, tell them what they are, what to expect, and so I guess in May we're already building excitement for those things that we'll be doing over the summer. And for a lot of students, they're just waiting to sign up so that they can go because they already know about it beforehand.
Dude, I absolutely love that stuff, Chris. I love the idea of doing the low key stuff like alongside with your big tent pole events that you've got going on. Dude,
Mhm.
that's some great stuff. So, if you're
Cool.
listening to this and you haven't planned out your summer yet, first off, what are you waiting on? Get on it.
Get on.
Second, if you haven't, man, let's go. Let's see if you might be able to work some of this stuff into your summer calendar. Man, Chris, appreciate you. You got some good stuff going down in Lakewood,
There
Georgia.
you go. Lakewood.
Yes, got it. All right. Hey, thanks for listening to Talking Squirrels podcast. Thanks for listening to my buddy Chris. I hope you've learned something today. I know I have. I've made a lot of notes. Going to put some stuff in the show notes along with Chris's social media, things like that. Hey, thanks for listening. Hopefully, we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Yep. See y'all.